Okay, let's kick it off. So welcome everyone to today's Ticket Training Tuesday session. Fantastic to have you all with us. Hello, if you're still just joining, you're not too late. We're just starting now. Today is episode 7, bot configuration. And I'm joined today by Bethany. Hi, Bethany.
Hey.
Awesome to have you with us. So again, thanks everyone for joining. As we get started, I do have a question. I'm going to try something new. This could be a disaster, but by show of hands, if you use the hand raisey thing, or you can do me a thumbs up with the react button. I've got two options for today. We could do mostly slides, or we could do mostly demo. So quick hands up or thumbs up for mostly slides. As far as I can tell, that is nobody. Okay, quick hands up or thumbs up for mostly demo. Okay, hands are going up, thumbs are going up. Fantastic. Okay, well, that's great, isn't it, Bethany? Because we haven't prepared any slides, we've only got demo.
hmm
So I'm glad that that went. I'm glad that went that way. That's a small light. We have a handful of slides to rattle through. Here's the agenda. Look, there it is. We're going to do two things and then get straight into the demo. That's enough about that. Are you expecting Ticket Training Tuesday? If so, then you are in the right place. So welcome. That's what we're here to do today. If it's your first time at Ticket Training Tuesday, then special welcome to you. It's fantastic that you joined us today. And yeah, this is every week, weekly session for all customers, fairly informal, fairly chilled out training session. If you missed any, we're on episode 7 now. If you missed any, first of all, where have you been? Shame on you. Secondly, that's fine. Really, we know what life is like. That happens. I'm hoping can someone put a link in the chat for me? Um, I got it. There's a link in the chat now, and that is our episode guide. It's got links to all the previous sessions videos. So if you miss one, or maybe you want to watch one again because it was that good, maybe one of mine probably. Then yeah, you can check out there and rewatch them as much as you need. Even series one's there. So if there was something from last year that you maybe weren't even a customer about then, but something interesting, then go ahead and check that out. It's all good content. So yeah, there you go. And sort of the last slide of the day. Oh, here we are. We've arrived. Bethany, I'll shut up now and let you introduce ourselves.
Awesome. So Jeff and I will be co-hosting today. I'm Bethany. I am still kind of new to Cyerson, but you've probably seen me, interacted with me in some sort of way. But I really enjoy troubleshooting and problem solving. That is my bread and butter right there. We also have Jeff here. He's well seasoned. We're good. You've definitely seen him, but he really likes helping customers find value from ITSM. Yeah,
All right.
awesome.
Awesome. So here we go. That's enough slides. I've had enough slides. So let's get into this. Right. I'm going to share my screen. Here we are. Let me know when you can all see that all. Bethany, I guess you can tell me. Yeah, you good, Bethany?
Yes, yeah, I can see
All
it.
right.
All
Over to
right,
you.
perfect. Let's dive in. So we are covering bot configuration today. We are going to start off with the ticket app specifically. So this is the one that is within Teams. This is for your agents. So whenever the ticket app is installed in Teams, it will send you a customizable welcome message, which you can uh, do all of that at the top there. So this gives your agents a quick introduction, and it's a really great place to just add some initial suggestions or some links for them to get started. And this is relevant to those of you who haven't deployed it yet. So just wanted to make that quick note. Um, yeah. So that is also the same for Ticket Virtual Agent. It will also have a welcome message. And again, that's at the very beginning of that. So we could customize it right there.
And
Awesome.
this these welcome messages support Markdown formatting, so you can do some formatting. You can see we've got bullet points going here, for example, using Markdown syntax. If you're familiar with that, if you're not, then there's plenty of resources online for that. All right,
Awesome. Next up, we have default group.
we skipped over this one. That was deliberate, but let's just check what this setting is. This is an interesting one because here on the settings page, but actually you can't change it. It's there just for your kind of visual confirmation, really, of what your default group is. Here, as we're looking at bot configuration, and it's relevant because this is where the bot will post if it sort of has nowhere else to go. So if a new ticket is created and there is no assignment information, if it's not come by a template, or it has, but there's nothing in the template for assignment, where it should go, which team, which channel, then this is the default place for that. So that's why it's indicated here. So in my case, it's the IT support team and the tier 1 channel. That is where the bot is going to post its message to, where it does now. So you want to absolutely make sure that somebody in your team is monitoring that channel for new tickets coming in. Because that's the place where things are going to go to if it's got nowhere else to go, if it's feeling a bit lost and homeless. That's there. And when the bot does post to that team, or in fact any team, this is the language, this final thing here is the language that it's going to use to do so. So you can control that here. As I said, you cannot change this default group here in this screen. You need to change that in the teams and groups section itself. There's a link here to it for you. You set your default team. Your default team will have a default group, and that is overall your default group for when there's nowhere else to go.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you,
what's
Jeff.
next?
So next we have probably my favorite part. It is the virtual agent help card. So this you can customize it like crazy. So this is what your end users will be able to see. So we'll just type in help here and it will pop back with that help card. And again, you could customize this. So it looks like Jeff already has a few things already customized in there, so different from what we default have. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead
I've got
and
a sort of
play around with
multi-department
it.
set up here in my kind of lab with the different departments within my organization, accounting, IT, HR, and so on. I've broken up my different things in that way. You might find that fits. You might find a different way to organize that, particularly if you've not got multi-department going on. If you're just using it for one department, maybe just HR or just IT, then that obviously won't make sense to you. But then you can lay it out in different ways. And let's look at how that works.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so within here we can
Becca,
add a bunch
just
of
a
different
question
buttons.
actually. So
Yeah.
let's interrupt you. Jake, do you want to come off mute and ask the question?
Sure, thank you. So I've set this up very similar to what you're doing as a help card. However, I've run into an issue with it, and maybe this might be the place to discuss that. Is when we have users in the web request portal that hit the new request button and they type help and they get the card, but it doesn't populate as shown here.
Interesting.
I'm sure if you were to go there now and type your help card, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. So that's in the end user portal.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, okay, we've gone off topic live. I love it. So if I type help, I honestly have no idea what to expect here. Is that what you get? Because what?
No, we basically get whenever on mine it does not display the buttons. So if we put the link buttons to templates, it will not display them.
Okay. Jay, let's probably take that one offline.
That's fine.
I
That's
think
fine.
you've sort of found an unexpected use case there. It's a very interesting one. I really like where you're going with that, but I think we need to dig into that. Yeah. Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
The idea of this is that the virtual agent help card, so really only would be served up by the Teams bot. But let's dig into that.
All right. So let's go ahead and add some buttons in there. So we can connect a few different things. We could do knowledge articles. We can link them to new tickets, my requests, which will show them all of their active ones. We can direct them to a specific template. I know in my environment, I have it set up to where they can onboard a new employee. It'll have a button that says onboard new employee, and it takes them right to that template. Or we could do an open URL. So let's go ahead and do a knowledge article.
Okay.
Awesome. I know we already have Wi-Fi password in there, but let's go ahead and go for it.
Well, my laptop is slow. It's a great one.
Yeah.
That could be the display name.
Awesome.
It's under accounting. That makes no sense, but there you go. What should I add next under IT?
Let's say under IT, I would say new ticket. Let's add a new ticket there. It automatically sends it to that team.
Okay.
Perfect. And let's see.
No requests. On marketing, I'll add a template. So this is going to be a list of all my templates. I think only ones with forms. Although my default one, which is interesting. And on office management, I will do the final option, which was a URL. So that can be any website, Bethany?
Yeah, it could be any website. Yeah.
All right. Have I spelled
Awesome.
homepage wrong?
Let's see
Yes,
it
I
in
have.
action. Cool. Yeah, let's make sure that we save that, and then we'll go back to Teams and see it in action. We'll just type in help again.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we have slow device, new ticket, see my tickets, see the Saracen homepage.
Okay, so that's the knowledge ones where we're going to get that information. The new ticket. I guess going to ask me to log an IT ticket. Good. See my tickets, which will be all of my open tickets. Be a lot. There we are. Transfer employee, which should be my template to the transfer form. There it is. With a big feedback button. I'm not sure what that was. And Sargent homepage. There we are. My guy posting out of the banner there.
Awesome.
All right. So that's your help card. And then the last thing for today is the KBE responses threshold. This is some fun settings. It's kind of nerdy, it's kind of in the weeds, but actually to maximize your value from Ticket, you do want to spend some time understanding this and playing this and getting this right for your organization. And this is, first of all, this is not, I was gonna say, it's not set and forget. You may need to come back to this and review it every so often, but also it's not always a case of trust just Saracen. You can trust us on most things. We're great people, but the default that we provide for this setting, if you go and look at your settings, you'll see. If you haven't changed it, you'll see the defaults. They may not necessarily be the right ones for you. We try and give it the kind of the average default, what's going to work for most people, but everyone's got different requirements what they need here. And what we're trying to achieve here is the maximum correct responses from the bot. You know, the way to get the best responses that are most helpful, not noisy, but also actually providing responses where we are. So this first setting, the deflection score threshold, we can slide that up between 0 and 100%, and it's the confidence score that the bot needs in order to return a result. So when actually the way the AI works, you type in something, the classic "I need a Wi-Fi password," it will search your knowledge base for something that matches that, and it needs to be 65% confident or more of a match before it will return it with this setting like that. And you can adjust it. So if you find that actually you're not getting a lot of responses, you're getting a lot of "I'm not sure," then maybe you want to slide that down. It's very sensitive as well, by the way. So it does go 0 to 100. Although I did say everyone's different, there's a kind of range. I would say sort of 55 to 75 is when most customers are going to need to live. If not wider the band than that. So do 1 or 2 points at a time and verify. And see if you can find if you're not getting good responses or enough responses. If you're getting too many responses and it's matching stuff that really doesn't fit, then you might want to slide it the other way down a bit. If the AI finds multiple matches that meet the criteria, i.e. above, in this case 65, it will return multiple responses. And this second option is then the maximum number of responses will return, in this case 5, in the order of most confident to least confident. So it'll display the kind of top 5. As long as they're over 65, then we'll get those. So particularly if this is going to be useful to tweak if you've got a lot of knowledge. So those of you that have invested heavily in building out your knowledge base, that's great. This can be useful for you because you're going to find it starts to get some overlap between your different articles and different phrases. So returning multiple when the bot finds multiple matches is going to be important. And then the question of how many do you want to return? And this can be paired with this third option about the most confident response. So right now I have that off. So it'll always return multiple if it finds multiple that are over 65%, up to 5. If I turn that on, I can say if the most confident response is over, let's say 90, they actually forget the other 4 or how many you found, just give me that 1. So although you found 4 or 5 that are over 65, one of them's superior, it's over 90, then just give me that 1. You can be confident that although you found these other matches, that's the one. So the combination of those 3 things, there's a lot of variables within that. You've got 3 sliders. So a lot of kind of variation. But the combination of that is going to help you to get the bot to respond in the exact way you want to give you the experience for your end users that they're looking for in order to get the answers they need. Then we've got a couple of final 2 options on the screen here are a couple of messages in the multi-response scenario. When it finds those matches, you can control that message there. If you want to operate in a different language, just change that to that language. And the same here for the create ticket message. When it doesn't find anything at all, then we get to that create ticket scenario. And again, you can control that message here or change the language by changing those settings. Beth, anything else that you want to add around bot configuration?
No, that was great.
All right, then. Well, I think that's the end of the demo. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed one that was very light on slides all through the demo there. And we do have time. We're a little bit early. If we have any time for any questions. Sorry, we do have time for any questions. If there are any questions, then myself and Bethany would be happy to take them. Where is the chat gone? Here we are. Yeah, feel free to just come off mute and speak, raise your hand, or type in the chat. All are acceptable to us. Okay, that's all good. Nothing today. If I'm putting some links in the chat as well, ways to make sure you've hopefully got these. But here's where you can always find more help and ways you can reach out to us. You've got the community, so you have any questions, you can ask them there in a public forum, or you can get in touch with us on the email. And yeah, please follow us on the socials for updates for these videos, other videos. We post lots of updates to LinkedIn and X. So please follow us for updates there. And unless I see any final hands up, we'll end early, give you guys a few minutes back, and see you on the next one.